quite nice on that. Now, the real interesting thing here is that we're seeing down to the wire, down to 0 seconds left, Vladimir being picked and locked in. So that's going to be a new pick that we see over here. I think he got some decent, quality of life, like very small buffs in either 7.3 or 7.4.
Vladimir has definitely been buffed, especially the AP Glass Cannon Vladimir, but this is a very bizarre build from the ROX Tigers, and as I just said, Glass Cannon, that's basically what comes to mind here. A little bit counterintuitive for the Kog'Maw. Yes, they have scaling in a sense, but a lot of it is so heavily reliant on everyone having their summoner spells up and making sure that they can go in one burst. And so it's a little bit confusing, the ROX Tigers, their draft. It seems very weak and vulnerable, but if they can accelerate ahead, it would be difficult for KT to stabilize. And we did say earlier on, before this draft even unfolded, that this is how we would predict them to try to take a win.
Just do some crazy stuff. Pick stuff that you think maybe KT hasn't practiced against, they're not used to playing against. And well, Vladimir and Kog'Maw are going to be two picks that do just that. And if you're going to bring out something weird, it's going to be against KT. So going over to the lineups and the picks here for game one once again.
So Rumble, Graves, Orianna, Ezreal, and Zyra for KT. And on the flip side, Nautilus, Rengar, Vladimir, Kog'Maw, and Lulu for ROX. And so basically the question is how fast can they transition into the mid game, and can they close it out in time?
Yeah, that's the real question here, guys. Let's jump into game number one right now. KT versus the ROX Tigers.
Hope to gain would be if Smeb had misplayed up in top. We might get some action, actually.
Oh, wow. Seongwon forced the flash. There's the follow-up. Score does get the first blood.
And the reason that Score was coming down bottom was to deflect this, and here we go.
I mean, Smeb, he is going to eat a big bunch of damage, but look at Songyun underneath that turret. The equalizer comes down. Not the best, but the ultimate there will come out. Smeb might pay for it with his life, is on the run, does go down to Songyun. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. And look at this.
Help but laugh.
Now, Mata in a really awkward spot. They're going to try to turn on to Key, but actually Def doesn't really have enough mana here, but Score with the follow-up with the red buff will pick up the kill onto Seongwon.
And then perma-freeze the lane.
Oh, they really want this kill onto Pawn. So much damage coming out. The Shockwave, though, chunking down Songyun and Key. Here comes Smeb. Meanwhile, top turret is taking Score, going to pick up the kill. Now Linderong making his way into mid. And so that will stop any other kills from happening. So trading 1-for-1. But still, KT gets top turret.
And it looks like ROX are going to actually press on and go for mid-tier 1. Don't quite know exactly what Mickey's doing. He has aggro.
Well, he's trying to do that burst damage onto Mata, and he will pick up the kill and does survive. Oh, I spoke too soon. Down he goes, Smeb. The nice play, nice follow-up there. Now turning onto Smeb, eating a bunch of damage. Score pretty low as well. Can't help out too much. Meanwhile, Deft is just... he's being that solo queue player. He's just sitting top and split pushing the entire game.
They're looking like they're going to be able to close this game out probably in the next 10 minutes or so.
Mata forced a flash here. Not enough damage just come out onto him. The Wild Growth onto Seongwon. Score from the back. The equalizer misses again, but he is going to try to follow up here. Does pick up the kill onto Seongwon. Gets knocked up, but they're still on the chase. Linderong forced to flash the wall to retreat. But Pawn, he once more, he's going to pick up the kill there onto Mickey. Linderong, dredge lining into 5 people, goes down. That's a nice little cute double kill for Pawn. Once again, just keeping tabs. Oh, Linderong from behind with the teleport. He wants a couple knockups. There they come down. The double knockup onto 2 people, but look at that equalizer in the back. Finishing off Lulu, who's extremely low. Smeb now getting into the fight. Oh man, this is just way too much AoE damage. Mickey gonna eat it too. Triple kill to Score. And this game is just getting way too out of hand. Just getting more and more popular. And hold that thought, Songyun is just way out of position, gonna go down. Score not holding back, giving him everything he's got.
Well, ROX Tigers looking like they want to be clumped for an equalizer. They're thinking that's a great idea.
That's what they're looking for here. They're all going to get knocked up. And Score from behind, he's like, remember me? I'm your worst nightmare. And poor Mickey, man, he is just not long for this world. A double kill for Graves, and that's going to be an easy Baron pickup for KT.
I don't even know what it was that I just watched, Brendan. I have no idea what was going on.
It ended so soon. I mean, it's like it never even happened.
Well, the ROX Tigers were saying to themselves, you know what? They have a lot of combo potential, especially in condensed areas, so let's just give them that right now. Out because they still have to keep playing, right? They have to keep going, and well, talking about keep going.
Yeah, they're going on in. Big redemption onto the ROX members, but it's just not going to matter. Too much damage coming out here. Mickey can't stay in the fight for more than 2 seconds. Songyun, yeah, he's going to go down too, and that just might be the game right away. I mean, this is going to be a extremely quick game 1.
Looks like it certainly will be. Third inhibitor falls, Nexus turret falls. There's no way that Mickey and Key are going to be able to defend against this.
Pawn looks like he's playing solitaire. He's like not even trying. Score with a big smile on his face, trying to, you know, rack up that KDA. So that's going to be it. They take the Nexus. Game 1, very one-sided, goes to KT.
I mean, in every single role, you have to be expecting that it's not going to be the easiest time mechanically or during laning phase. So it'll be surprising. They do have some gears available with that Rise, though. Some cute plays that they can make with his ultimate and go into those smoke and mirror tactics that we've talked about and try to out-rotate KT with shot calling, but that's going to be really hard to do against the likes of Mata.
Sumebu fighting. And that is the Meow Kai.
I wonder if she actually drew that quickly. after he locked in the Maokai.
He picked Maokai and she's like, hold on. Just get me a pen, I got this. 5-second perfect drawing.
She's like, I'll try to draw this quicker than you win game 2, Smeb. And so, one last look at the team compositions in a second, but Pawn on that Zed pick, lots of potential for an explosion in mid, especially with that Gragas. Much easier to coordinate ganks for KT in both respects. Blue side Graves not going to have the best of times trying to gank up in top lane. Although Nautilus will get to have a say on how the top lane goes. He should have initiative up there. But meanwhile, in bottom lane, that Ashe Karma, depending on how Deft and Mata play out the lane, it's also going to be very difficult for Seonghwan to find any activity down in bottom. So Seonghwan should probably be looking to just play a power farming style and counter and match gank score at every single step.
Well, here we go. Final look at the matchup there. We're going to jump into game number 2 of KT versus ROX right now. Not Chase. He's going to be on a ward again, and there's the flash from Score, and a flash away from Mickey, so he will maybe get away. Pawn flashing in for the first blood. Now trading a bit with Seonghwan, and it looks like he will go down as well. So trading the 1-for-1, but KT does pick up first blood.
Nice pickup of first blood for KT, but still a little bit bizarre to watch the mechanical failures keep happening before ROX can scale up a little bit more. But the problem is the clock with the Zed. Score might just die. Okay,
yeah, it gets rooted there, and with the follow-up and all that Graves damage, you know, just the team composition of KT. I'll hold that thought. Pawn's going real deep onto Seonghwan. Doesn't even do all that much damage, but they find Mickey in the front. He is extremely low. He does just barely go down. This is what we were talking about. ROX Tigers, a couple of members getting caught out now. Really nice slow there from Mata. That's going to pick them up the second kill, and a double kill for Deft as well. Talk about more eggs in the basket. Deft is going to be pretty nicely fed.
And they know that Linderong doesn't have TP, and so the game just completely flipped on its head. ROX Tigers, they had one job, Brendan.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I was talking about. I was worried about this. You know, one mistake. You know, the ROX Tigers, they were ahead, but one mistake, and they could easily throw this one back into KT's hands. And, you know, Linderong picks up the turret, but that's going to be Baron given to everyone on KT. And Pawn is forced to run away, actually flashing the wall. Does not want any more of that fight. Linderong eating a bunch of damage, will be cast back into the team. but extremely tanky on that Nautilus right now, as is Smeb. They're going to jump on into him, and he will go down. Sungwon laying down a nice bit of damage, but too low to participate anymore. Double kill now onto Smeb as Songyun gets twisted advanced, and that's going to be 2 kills and another turret going over to KT.
As this team tries to do something in mid lane.
Oh, big stun there by Score, getting that really nice engage. Now Linderong all alone essentially up in the front. Smeb will be stunned though, a lot of damage getting onto that tree, but look in the back. Here comes Pawn, he wants to get onto that back line, trying to get down Key, does not. Eventually Nautilus does get taken out here. And Deft, you know, very healthy still, so he is going to continue the push.
But it could have gone a lot worse for KT. Def doing a ton of work right there, and now Baron back on the map.
Oh, look at this. Deft is going hard. He goes in, picks up another kill. Now 4-0-2. And with that red buff, he lands the slow onto Key. Pawn looks like he really wanted that kill. So much poke damage landed by both Deft and Pawn here. Now we're going to have actually the advance onto Mickey this time. Does have the Zonia, is going to buy himself some time. There's that arrow. Smeb getting very low and gets taken out. But here comes Pawn. He's going in 1v5. He might actually be taken out. He does get Dredgeline. Picks up that kill though. Oh man, he's actually going to survive somehow, some way. Gets out of here. Meanwhile, there's no one to deal with Deft. Picks up that kill with the Shuriken somehow. Does Pawn, and everybody on the ROX Tigers that's still alive is super low. Forced to go back.
I have no idea how Pawn just lived throughout all of that. They would be able to know that, okay, well, ROX can't actually do anything as they don't have any waves available to them.
There's the blue ward and the Hawkshot coming out, but look at Linderong teleporting into that back line there. Smeb in the front also trying to lay down that damage. Goes really deep, actually grabs Songyun in the back. Meanwhile, the turrets are going down in the main base, and KT is on the run. Huge stun there from Score, and ROX is just being routed now. Mickey on the run. That's going to be a 3rd kill going over to KT. But it looks like they might be able to pick up Mickey here too.
Everyone's going to Disneyland, Brendan.
Down he goes. He almost picks up a kill on the way. That's like, okay, I don't even want to do Baron anymore. Let's just win the game.
Def doesn't care. He's headed straight to the Nexus. And Teleport coming in, locking up that turret from Smeb. They're going to raise this last Nexus turret, and there's no one coming, so the Nexus is definitely going to fall. And ROX Tigers lose game number 2 here, despite a fantastic early game.
They were in a pretty good spot. They were not able to capitalize, though. And as you said, game 2 goes over to KT.